Hello, it's your fave, Beauty Sleep. We're going to talk a little bit today about the making of our The Whole Damn Cake album that came out a few months ago.
We're going to take you through all the songs on the album. We want to talk a little bit about how we wrote them and how we produced them as a songwriting production duo, and just take you behind the scenes of what it takes to make such a crazy record.
This is how you bake the cake.
Nice.
Right down the camera. Unreal.
Big and Bad.
Big and Bad.
This song is our big takedown of toxic online masculinity. Do you want to talk about why you wanted to write about it? Because you were very keen that you wanted to write a song about this topic.
Yeah, this topic, I suppose, looms large in a sense. Just being on the internet, I just found I was getting more and more targeted things that were so more stereotypically masculine and also quite dangerous. You know, there's lots of gambling type stuff. There's lots of bullshits of would you like to get into crypto? Just all the tropes.
A lot of hustle culture. A lot
of hustle. Wake up at 4, never sleep. Don't ever hang out with your wife or kids.
The
crush
negging
it.
things or whatever as well. The very weird things on the internet.
Problematic
Have
podcasters.
Yeah.
I'm not this has been all over so many amazing bits of art, and it's a really worthwhile conversation. And obviously we are pop stars.
We are pop stars.
Oh my god. We should have a parade. You're trying to do it through the lens of what we do, and I suppose I like doing things where it just sounds like a bop, hopefully, to people, and they're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, but it has a secret message.
Yes, and also the Big and Bad is kind of how I would feel about those sort of archetypes and sort of tropes, but at the same time, there's something about reclaiming the meaning of that to be like a championing and, a wonderfully exciting phrase. So we have Big and Bad badges, and it's so cool to me when I see the amazing people that we hang out with or people that come to our gigs wearing that, and it takes on a new meaning.
I think it was very interesting wanting to write about this song from your perspective, because I obviously hate the online toxic masculinity, but I just thought it was very interesting that you were coming at it from the point of view of this doesn't in any way represent me, and actually it's a bit embarrassing. That was kind of the energy. It's it's a bit wick. Catch yourselves on. And also that it really celebrates the queer people in our lives and the queer culture that we're a part of. Because more than anything, what it is on the internet is extremely binary, and that's just never been our experience. And actually the biggest and baddest and bravest people are people who push against that and live life on their own terms.
Are you big and bad enough? Got what it takes to be real tough. Don't you think that's all too much? Falling in is so dangerous.
There's just a massive frustration when you live your whole life and you can be kind of condensed like that, or read in a sense by the phone in your pocket or whatever, internet. All the biggest, baddest, bravest people I know have it probably hasn't always been easy to be an individual, and
they fought hard for that big and bad weirdo-ness. It's important.
And I'm not there's people way bigger, badder, bolder than I, but I just sort of know that feeling of I'm all over the map in terms of your identity or how people perceive you. I've heard everything, I'm not but I know who I am, and that's all that really matters.
All that matters.
When I think actually to be creatively, expressively and authentically yourself is the biggest and baddest thing of all.
The words are, we have a million iterations of these words because we were trying to find this concept. It's probably the hardest we've fought for an angle, and as soon as we got "Are you big and bad enough?" it just felt like it really clicked. Are you big and bad enough? Got what it takes to be real tough. It feels like you're singing it like that. In the verses, it's flex your muscles, bare your teeth, punching the ground for a fast release. Quite violent images, but it's just it's in such a camp, playful, groovy little pop song. It's really great. And the music was written when we were full of COVID. So it is a bit delirious. We went to Primavera Festival and then caught COVID and then isolated ourselves in my family's cottage in the middle of the mountains with no one around, with some synths for a week, and just wrote loads of mad demos. And that little it's literally just a delirious groovy riff, which we managed to then transform into the bop that it is.
Big and Bad. First, let's listen to the demo. I think that Juno was actually in the song too. I don't think we re-recorded that. I remember going really crazy with the drums in this. For some reason, I was very interested in not starting on the one, so everything is ba 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 boom ba ba boom ba boom ba. And then I remember getting even more into it and probably frying Ross massively in the studio with all the little tom fills.
I remember when we were trying to do this, Ross was like, no human would ever play drums like this. And you were like,
it's easy. It's ba boom ba boom ba da ba boom ba boom bum ga. Come on. God bless him. He
did. He pulled it off.
Me.
He pulled it off, and he does it live every time now. So fair play to him. But what's interesting to me is that sounds so close to the final product, which is crazy for a demo.
Yeah, that's really rare. And it did help. I think everything was dialed in, even the pre-choruses. I loved when I kind of got the chords to shift to this like.
Yes.
Bizarrely though, for it being so straightforward in terms of like the actual demo, everything was like really plotted, way more than we usually are. It was by far the most challenging to record vocals to for me. I don't know, just the register it sat in, the topic that it was about, and the way it needed to be performed. I like. Really,
it was really hard.
Really had to give it a few goes. So some of the vocal production then into, let's go first verse into like the pre-chorus.
If you can express, you can be seen. So
and then whispers plus octave big and bad.
Are you big and bad enough? Got what it takes,
which is pretty ridiculous. So many of those little moments. We sort of stem mix some of the song onto like an SSL console. The morning before we did that though, we were like, oh, it just needs like the solo needs more of a iconic moment. So we just put, I think, some of the vocals through this 404.
Yeah.
Sent it out and back in, and
you had that genius idea where you were like, what if it was just big, bad?
What if it was just big, bad? So let's listen to the solo. So that works, and I think in this song, if you look, it'll probably look hilarious. Several bars of the song, like every instrument almost, are just chopped before the bridge. Which sounds nuts, but
I think that also came after watching some Troye Sivan videos. We're like, fuck it, let's just what. I think towards the end of the song, we were so happy with what it was about and how it felt like big and bad meant like fun and free, that we were like, how can we be more fun and free with this really, really stupid, ridiculous production?
It's like taking everything serious but letting in the silly, and sometimes you have to send your whole mix through like an echo or just chop the whole thing to oblivion so that it sounds like a crazy double kick into like quite a nice sort of sincere section with, you know, strings, violins.
Talking about letting in the silly, there was a lot of fun had with mellotrons and like vocal effects. Even like for a while, I think, that is in, I was going to say, for a while there was like clipped up audio from movies, but that actually made it into the final track, which I forgot about. So let's listen to some of that. It's from the movie Bullet, which is actually a movie that we've never seen. So there you go.
Do you let anything reach you? I mean, really reach you? You're living in a sewer, Frank.
God damn it.
So what that is we were talking about the theme of like masculinity and how it's so entrenched in like old school media, and we were like, we should bring in an old movie, but we couldn't think of an old movie. And then Ryan for some reason was like, I remember this one phrase that's from the trailer of Bullet that really sums it up. And so we just clipped that off, like ripped it off YouTube and put it in. And you're allowed to say that.
It's just music.
And then some of the other bits, which is the God damn it and the scream, is from a YouTube compilation of like old Hollywood movie bloopers. I actually thought the God damn it was from Bullet, but our friend Niall said he watched the entire movie looking for that one bit, and he said he was watching the scene happen. They're like, you're living in a sewer, Frank, and he was just waiting for the guy to go, God damn it, and he's like, doesn't exist. I was like, that must have been from the movie blooper reel then. A lot of that happens in the intro, which is just such a great intro. This, I think, is like a reversed harp, like pre-programmed harp sweep on the mellotron, which just sounds to me like,
in Wayne's World, you know, that's what we wanted it. I mean, really reach you. That's my favourite start of any song we've ever done. I think it's so magic. The I mean, really reach you in the synth bass. That's me being a synth bass. There's a bit in it that goes with an orchestra hit, and that's a very direct reference to Spice Girls' song Say That You'll Always Be There. That song. I'll put it in here. And again, we had a Mellotron. We rented a Mellotron for a day, essentially. It was in Start Together. And there is just a preset that has this little run up. And so we just put that in there with a big orchestra hit, which again was a massive Spice Girls reference. Because we're like, what does this need? How do we make it more Spice Girls? Let's listen to some of these string runs.
I have a memory of meticulously pre-programming every note on a...
Really?
Like a sampler on... Like,
do you think, well, it might have been that. Maybe I'm making up that it was a pre-programmed thing.
it would be much easier if it was.
I forgot about the bell. The bell is a key part of that. I got really carried away with the orchestra hits and the
Bell.
and the bell by the end. Let's just listen to that. This is chorus 3 at the end. And I remember you being like, Jayden, that's too many. I was like, I am not negotiating on this. There has to be that many. Let's listen to it in the song. I think it makes the song. I have no regrets.
To let anything reach you, I mean really reach you. You're living in a soul, Frank.
Flex your muscles, bare your teeth. Whatever you need to hide beneath. If you can't express, you can't be seen. So tense like a joke, you're in so much trouble. Are you big and bad enough? Got what it takes to be real tough. Don't you think that's all too much? Falling in is so dangerous. Down so bad and clawing deep, punching the ground for a fast release. You never dealt with what it all means. You're in love with yourself, boy, you're so much trouble. Am I who you're dreaming of? Too big for your boots, for giving up. You're in too deep to break. You know what you want, what you create. In a fantasy with me, take my hand, look up, can you see? Future's waiting patiently. We could all feel so much better. Oh, you're so big and bad. Dreaming of me, I'm glad. Oh, so strong, so tough. Baby, it's not enough. Show me you're big and bad. Talk to me, understand. Feeling so strong, so tough. I was never enough.
So you've watched a beauty sleep video. Thank you so much for making it through. A little moment to talk about how you might want to support us or follow us down the line, as we are an indie band and the world is crazy and trying to find new cool music is really, really difficult at the minute. I would suggest listening to our album, telling friends about our album. Watching our music videos means a lot to us. Like, we make those ourselves as well.
You could come to a show.
You could come to a
bring
show.
your friends to a show.
How do you hear about the show, I hear you ask? We have a mailing list and we have a Discord server, and we found that reliably they're the best ways for you to actually hear about the news that we're telling you about, whether it's gigs or new singles. And I promise you, we don't annoy you. If anything, I hope it brings a bit of joy into your inbox and or Discord experience. If you aren't into Discord yet, I would really recommend it for the music communities alone. I'm involved in a few, and they're just a great place to meet other fans of bands as well. So those links will always be in our link tree, which is usually linked in the bio of any of our socials. And so if you wanted to follow along, buy any merch, come to a show, sign up to a mailing list, it goes such a long way. And leaving a comment or reaching out to us in any way always helps, because we feel crazy and alone most of the time. That's all. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Lots of love from Beauteously.